Well, where is the stream? What is this? Looks like we've got some interruption. So, where is... Okay, here we go. Hello then folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Pxy-VERSE, and today we've got, yeah, I'm in the brink of bringing a new phase for this project of 3D webcomics on YouTube. And alright, so we are improving the techniques here, the approach, and so here I will already start with just one thing that I'm gonna show. You see that I'm on Workbench here, the solid viewport, right? And you see that the iris pupil actually now has a texture. So I've baked that texture on the original Dorothy file. This character, Dorothy, is the main character. So I've baked that so when rendering it would be a bit better, because the pupil is black, right? And the rest is purple or multicolored, but essentially purple, and so too much difference in the same material. So I think it would be nice to also, because I was having some trouble with the reflections and the texture depth, so I decided to bake the texture. You know, needs to use Cycles render engine to do this texture baking. I'm not doing texture baking, as you can see. This one already had image texture, so this is an exception. So okay, I'm just reuse, but it also has procedural. Yeah, you see. So whatever. So I fixed. Oh, we got an exception there too. Okay, maybe I leave that. It's not super important, right? It's at the same time procedural and baked. This will be the ideal, but it's too hard to do the baking system in Blender, texture baking. So I'm just doing this for like the skin of the character. In the case, that is image texture painted. The iris pupil was made procedurally, but then I baked for improved facilities, right? But in general, as you can see, this, because I'm using in the compositing, maybe you are new to the stream, so I'm gonna explain here. It's because I'm using dual compositing or multi-compositing, multiple scenes, or two scenes actually, with different render engines. And so what happens is that you saw there are some. This is the composited result. So what's happening here is that I have an EV scene and a linked copy you obtain by this, right? That is Workbench. So these two, this is just for the background, the stars. So it still is the same scene here. So you see EV scene, and this is Workbench scene. We can change the render engine one without affecting the other. While any other thing we do on the scene, like moving objects and stuff, that will be synchronized because it's linked. So anyways, what I'm doing to obtain this cool result here in the dual compositing is that I can compose the EV, which is often too dark, right, with some stuff here, right? We can switch. There are different inputs, but okay, we can decide which of them. This one is special, it's for other things. So anyways, right now I'm using this. This is the ambient occlusion pass on EV, so it's good. Instead of doing ambient occlusion for every single shader, no thanks, that's stupid. Well, maybe we can obtain good results, better results, I'm not sure, but it's too much work, so I don't think it's smart. And it also makes the nodes way more complicated. It doesn't work, I think. So this is why this pass. Then this will be mixed here in some specific ways. Screen and, well, switch, yeah, it's a screen because of EV. EV, it's too dark, so, and here comes the, well, this is black and white, but here comes the workbench, which is like that. That color, if we mix just that with EV, we'll get, of course, the procedural textures in EV will blend with this and will grade out the procedural. So I'm gonna, it's like I'll be destroying the procedural textures because Workbench cannot handle lights from light objects nor special effects from, that means procedural texture, which EV can and Cycles can, which is a shame that Workbench can. But before I do anything to Workbench, like I did for EV, I'm bringing a bit of EV here in a mix value and a lot of it, and so this is what I'm calling a fake procedural texture. So what it is doing is, I don't know why the value exactly works best for this, but it works. So that will input some of the procedural texture of EV from EV, or could be Cycles, right, to Workbench. But of course this is compositing, so this is why this is fake. Workbench can't get those procedural textures. We need to bake them, but I'm not baking because I'm using fake procedural texture, which is this mix. That is not perfect, like still not, but it's like at least 75% good, accurate. So that means I was making some experiments later on, like here of mixing, and I was getting okay results, just like somewhat grayed out, grayish procedural text, right? The colors get a bit grayed out because they get the tendencies to become opaque like this, right? But by doing this right before anything I do here, I can sort of really compensate for that a lot, really a lot. And this is why this is almost 100%. So it's almost as if I could have procedural textures working on Workbench, and then I'm gonna remix it. Then I get this pass, this stuff. We can switch, we can decide which ones. There's even some grade ones for certain specific. It's too dark for some reason, doesn't matter. But this is for another purpose. And then I get to remix, and then on this remix, EV and Workbench, the main mixing, so the blow compositing, and then pre-final filters, which is some Quahara and sharpening, diamond sharpen, like that, and then the stars and then finally, yeah, glare ends, and there we, and yeah, so, and that just works. Yeah, so I'm having the fake procedural texture on Workbench, and here is some special CGA graphics that right now it's not good. You need to do some bunch of switches to make it work. Alright, so this is the theory, the concept behind this, and so I can totally render this Workbench even though everything is flat. The colors are mostly flat. And you know, Workbench, why Workbench is so cool despite of its limitation? Well, because it has got cavity, and for some reason here, okay, we need to be rendered. We can have even specular lights. Don't know why I have it on, maybe I shouldn't. Let's take it off. Yeah, I have this special studio light here. We can customize them with this thing here. I've made many, but I'm using that one. Yeah, this was meant to be used with specular lighting. Okay, whatever. But this is the render engine for the second scene, the linked one. Here is the main one. And here the compositor is working on this scene, not the other. The other doesn't need it because it will be right. The compositor is what combines them. So it's really this one. I've even deleted its compositor because I'm not gonna render from this scene. Maybe for some experimental stuff, but in principle, no need to. Alright, so here we get to make some developments here. Let's see what we can do. You see that the objects are colored. So this is the theme. I've just added this, so you see the camera has a different color. Just making sure it is not similar to the selected and active elements, right? That will be terrible. So they are very different colors. So you see the camera, easy to spot. The empty objects, which are parents of assets, easy to. These are the parent of the sphere. Empty object is the parent of some light objects. Looks like we got wrong parentings here. Or is it? No, it's not. Oh no, this is right. I was confusing. This one is the central one. It's because this is the. I was confusing this with these ones. This is a specific one. I was confusing with this lamp wall. So this is the parent of all those things. Then we have the lights. They have this other color. We can. Then I have this cone empty object is for all the parent of all the lights of the room. This is the parent of assets, and this is the parent of, which I don't see. It should be somewhere. This one, I don't know where it is. It's not hidden. Where are you? Okay, it is there. Hard to spot, but yeah, it's here from the interior, but here it is. Alright, so this is parent of everything, so I can carry even the linked character, which if we are trying to link rigged model, we linked from a collection. We link a collection, and that collection you don't include in that collection we don't include the custom shapes collection, the widgets collection. It's not needed because they will be indirectly, you see they are working here. So it's the meshes and the skeleton and whatever proxy meshes or stuff. Grease pencil line art, I decided not to bring it because I was having double then, because I want to have the grease pencil for the scene, a single one for the character, and so this is something that I'm still revising. So I'm using this grease pencil here, but let's see what it is affecting. Yes, it is the same here, you see, it's just because here it's in a collection, but then it is parented to this, and this is confusing, but it's the same thing. So here I'm gonna get the grease pencil. Let's see if it has, yeah, line art. It's source type. Let's try scene, line thickness 1, opacity. I'll have to see this in the, let's make some tests here. Yeah, so it is working. Let's see if it affects the character. Yes. So this is where I must decide what to do with that, right? So maybe I could try, yeah, opacity like that. This, I think, yes, we want that, and so yeah, let's leave like that. This I'm not sure, so many things here I don't really am familiar with, but what I can do is the tint already has got. We could try to get some. It's good to see the final effect, right? Yeah, so in principle, you can try some sort of sepia color, which usually is a neutral color, sort of darks, right? Maybe a little more to the purple and bluish in this scene. Yeah, more to the, okay. And if we get too bright, it's mess up. There's too many colors to consider here. So let's leave like this, and then layer, yes, okay, material. It's using, this is the, okay, so we're gonna try to render here just to see what happens. Beautiful line art, even from this this distance. I don't know, I think this is the default. Yeah, we got good results now. And see, the render pretty fast. Why the character faces like that? I think it's something about some mesh that are hidden. Let's see. There are some mask modifiers. I was okay. So because the character is linked and I'm using the extension called Edit Link Library, is free, just inbuilt. Just get it, get extension, then turn into an add-on. Then you can select something here, Edit Override Library. Then, without closing actually the file, I'm just going to make some additions here. And so I believe what happens is that I have, because I'm redoing something about the rig. What is, yeah, okay, this is, it's because I'm doing a proxy mesh for hands and face, because I'm going to, yeah, I'm readjusting the face rig, the mouth rig, everything, so this is a work in progress. So this is what was wrong. It was enabled here, it was not enabled here, but it was doing masking for rendering. This is, forgot to disable this. Alright, now we save, but it also still saves anyways. Return to original file. And there you go. So now if I render this, I should be having, and now you can also see if there's any improvement in the iris pupil. There's no glow, there's no reflection in this shot, but okay, I think it's good. That I can try to improve with some fake glow, but then I'll have to apply the mirror modifier for this stuff because of the UVs, or I need to find some way to make those things really reflect whichever light is. But you see, the composition is really nice in terms of colorfulness. Yeah, some reflections here are a bit rough, but the precision, yeah, having very good harmonious tints and harmonious stuff. Yeah, this is working fine. Okay, but now what I need to do is to continue the progress on this scene, and I'd like to start already doing something more advanced here, or landscape. So this is like, I want to make some space landscape to have more than just stars here, though. Could have some planets, but for this I'm not doing a planet. I'm not making a planet. I'm gonna make asteroids, maybe, and a galaxy, something somewhere. And so this will be like, they're starting to become priority, because I'd really like to have this visible in the, it's inspiring, right? So I think that will be nice, but I don't know how exactly I would do that. Of course we could do this cheating, like 2D galaxy. I'm not gonna import a pre-made galaxy, something like that, but that could work, right? It's far, so it's a plane. Artistically this is totally acceptable, but it's me that I would like to do something more radical. But the problem is, and I'm not sure how I do approach this. I've checked some things about some volumetrics, and maybe in this computer an EV can maybe have some improvements in this Blender version, so maybe it's good to give it a try. I'll check some maybe geometry nodes, yeah, and asteroids. That could be more like a blunt, something. Yeah, there are many ways to do it. I see geometry nodes working for, if I want like an asteroid belt, lots of stuff could work quite well. Modeling can work very well. Anything here actually can work very well. And so the galaxy is what I think would be more complicated. Could be geometry nodes with instances on points. Yeah, that will be nice. And could be volumetrics. We can make simulation. We can make an animated galaxy with geometry nodes, or there's some simulations, or yeah. So I'll check. There should be tons of tutorials now. Not tons, but there were already tutorials for Galaxy in the past, like with shader editor, but I'm more inclined to something more 3D like, right, to be, and then we can render that into and make it in a plane 2D, right? The cool thing of doing one or another of this is that I get some experience, and then I can make variations on top of it. So this is like thinking on the long term, right? So I'm not gonna do it now, I'm just explaining some of my plans. So this will be priority starting tomorrow, while for now I'll try to do something fast, or yeah, not fast, but these plants are somewhat starting to become a nuisance because they are very important, more than these mini assets here. So I'm gonna try to, and this is challenging because this will be like more like playful to do these ones, but plants can be difficult, especially because I would like to try to plant generator, tree sap generate something like that. It doesn't have a lot of variety, so, and the plants it generates, it has an armature, I'm not sure, curve object, I'm not sure I want, but the curve is actually good, especially now with geometry nodes. We can do something with that. Yeah, plants with geometry nodes, that would be nice, right? But anyways, so this is what these are some questions here, but in principle I could start doing this from scratch, like pure modeling, texturing, procedural, just as I've been doing for everything else. But it's cool if I have something that I can use from those extra assets, then I can modify and make variations, right, on demand. So it's good to have some degree of automation for some of them. All right, so let's start something finally. So I'm gonna start this carpet thing. So this will be very simple, but still requires some thinking, right? So let's get a plane, and for this carpet here on the ground we're gonna use let's start with a mirror modifier, then clipping, then for certain patterns I might not use mirror modifier, but for this I think it will be just fine. Subdivision, we can accept this, but we want creases, so we can get something like Shift E 0.5, maybe, no, Shift E is negative 0.3. What is the edge crease of this? Oh, I see, maybe we do this, and Shift E 0. Let's 1, Shift E negative 0.2, Shift E negative 0.2 again. We're gonna make also a solidify here, and offset we're gonna do positive, so we're gonna solidify first, or no, let's solidify after. Is this correct? Okay, what is the edge crease here? 0.3. Okay, it sounds a bit pixelated, right? So let's make something here. I don't trust subdivision surface modifier too much. Let's try this. And subdivide again, maybe. No. Let's leave this. So maybe what I could do here is actually not bevel here. No, it's not that. Yeah, so basically it'll be something like proportional editing, right? Why not? Oh, also, why I'm doing this? Let's also the solidify is not helping. Let's also do this in the y-axis. Alright, this is more likely, so shift can do stuff like that. And here I would like to, yeah, we can change the topology. I think it will be beneficial. So this distance don't need to be perfect, right? GG, so maintain the height. So this will be the basic carpet. Then, okay, this is fine. We're gonna solidify here, we don't need this. Then of course we need here some sort of material, and of course the material is gonna be the game changer for this. So you can, I already know what I'm gonna do here. We gotta yeah, we can have this for the extremities, and then for the here we're gonna get the velvet fire, yes. And so this we can do something crazy here. Now, now it's about UVs, right? And this is not combining well, so we can actually get here another. Yeah, they are not combining well, so probably I need to we're gonna go here on the shading. I want to be using the here the UV for scaling. No, not working. Okay, so something weird is happening here. I think, no, it's just, yeah, okay, something super weird is happening. gonna change these materials here. So this material is not working for this. We're gonna try I think I have the something about the no, yeah, I don't understand what's going on, but you see, we can do something with this. I still want to find the good material here, so I'm gonna look for I can't have a sci-fi thing, no, not this. So we don't need we don't want rocky materials here, nor emission materials, nor metal materials. So this needs to be well thought. So we have this, something like that could work, but we need a better one. Maybe this plastic here. Strange. Carpet purple. Okay, so we've got something here that can work. So we have the brown, which is good, and the purple. I'm gonna think is this reliable? It's not really combining well. What is this velvet here? Yeah, probably need okay, let's keep looking for the proper material here. Yeah, I said no metals, no rocks. Alright, let's use the assets then. I think there are some materials which you didn't bring yet here. This is metal, but it's red, it doesn't work. We already tried that. I'm still gonna try some stuff. Like for example, this rock here seems to work, but I suspect maybe the reflections can be a problem. Okay, so this material already exists here, but yeah, it's not super combinable. Nope, what is that? Crystal doesn't work here. This is a bit too weird. Same, carpet brown. Okay, so maybe this is the best thing that I found, although there's still a few more of this tapestry, that carpet things. That this one is incomplete, this one is from this scene already, so I don't care. There is this. I still prefer the brown. There's the teal, but I think it will maybe this works. Too much red around, right? Okay, then we have carpet teal. Doesn't work. Carpet white, also not. And then this we know it doesn't work. Sweet pattern. This is the same material there. The same principle. Okay, so what we could have then is another proposition would be to have yeah, but no, I'm not satisfied, so I need to yeah, let's use this one. It seems to have worked. Alright, I'll accept that, and then I'm gonna try to get a rotation here. We can probably do something like that, and then now try to fix this this pattern here. Yeah, so my plan would be, yeah, very beautiful. So my plan would be to, I need to rework this this image texture thing, right? And because now it's just a, essentially it's a broken texture that just creates some great patterns. I want to have it reworked, right, in some ways that will be more that will produce better results even. Okay, I think this is great. Many things will be great, but we cannot know without a lot of investigation, right? All right, and here I think we need, this got broken, we need to follow. Yeah, I'll just leave it broken like that, or maybe light map pack maybe. Yeah, eventually one breaks, and for some reason when I do this, everything else changes. So this is very, very bizarre. It's not this. I'm using the face, so just don't get it. It shouldn't do this. Possibly the, I suspect the connection. Oh, it's proportional editing. Alright. Alright, it was proportional editing. There we go. So we, and also since we are here, we also do follow active. Let's see. Now I can do this. Yes, so this is very nice. So now folks, I'm gonna record here, not record, but we're gonna make a cool highlight, because this has been my mistake over and over again. And when yesterday or the last days of stream, I did this table asset, then I did the 3 of these sofas, and I've made a terrible mistake, which is that I started Alt-D them directly in this scene, but this poses a little problem. Let's fix something here first. You see that sometimes I select something weird. This is the grease pencil thing. We don't want to have it yeah, visible, but just for, yeah, just not selectable, right? Actually, let's do this, right? So let's make this I'll show my plan to my new workflow to handle this asset building things. Hold on, need to, there. And also you see there's a star emoji, glowing star, and then I'm gonna making 3D assets workflow for asset library. Don't make this mistake. Yeah, obscure text, but whatever. The objective here is the following. I've just made this asset exactly inside this scene, and I could just, because I need many of these carpets, right, I could just keep bringing them. You see, we can, for example, yeah, like T for asset carpet magic carpet, whatever. Actually 0, 1, because we can have many patterns for them. So my mistake is that I was making it Marcus asset, assetizing it directly for the scene in which it was built originally, this file, right? Which is good, because then I really create this with the ambientation, with the inspiration, whatever. So this is good. I need it often. It's not necessary, but I feel it's better for workflow. But now when it comes for saving, even this Marcus asset here might be inadequate, but let's assume I did that, right? And what that does is that now if I check here, it is unassigned. Okay, many are unassigned here, so here it is, right? So I'm gonna first parent it to, let's say, this, not the light, this one. Control P, keep transforms, and let's move it into this room collection, right? So now it's parented to an empty object, and it is also, oh, it's the wrong, it's the assets one, okay, which is parented then on its turn to the main group, not group, but main empty object for that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do differently is that I alt D many of those things. You see they are, but I've repositioned all of them, these linked duplicates, in the scene like spontaneously, so they don't have the link, this link or link override in this case thing. So because they are from this scene, there's no way that I link them. You see, this is from this scene, current file, right? There's no way this becomes a linked one, because it comes from this scene. So it's very confusing. These plants, on the other hand, they have linked override, so I can move them. They are from another scene. So what I'm gonna do is that, okay, I've just built the magic carpet asset having as a reference this scene. Okay, but I'm gonna do something different now. I'm gonna bring it to a different scene, a different blend file. Good that I've marked it as asset, it will be easier, but there'll be a little trouble here. Let's fix now the thing. Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna go to props, which is, I have furniture here. You'll see that I have many things here, including, yeah, remember that vase with that plant? Okay, it comes from here. So I'm gonna actually make that magic carpet. Okay, I link it here. You see it has a link. Let's yeah, it went to the world origin. I cannot move it, so I'm gonna break the link. So that means I'm gonna make it make local all. Alright, so now this carpet is yeah, let's place it here. Let's see its name. Yeah, just the same name, right? So I'm going to the material, for some reason it lost the one of its material. Okay, no problem. We're gonna, the material I think is in in here, so it'll be brown. This one. So I don't know why it got broken, but the UVs are the same, so this is it. So now I'm gonna mark this one as asset in here. This will create another duplicate here, which is bad. You see? But now I just check in the sidebar region, which is the... So current file is the first one. And this one is from the Dorothy Lounge. What is these options? Ah, okay, I didn't know that, folks. So I'm gonna, since this is ready, I'm gonna go there. Hope that is never use this option here. This is strange. It's taking a lot of time to load. Okay, we are here. So now I got the asset here. I don't know another method here, so I'm just gonna clear asset. Actually, not clear asset, because I still want the position. So this I don't really know how to reuse entirely, but what I know is that I'm gonna no, it's not this, is yeah, clear asset. Just take off the books icon there, so it's no more here. And this one, it's coming from not current file but from furniture. And so now I can probably, yeah, I'm just gonna place this here. You see that now this appears here. I'm gonna library override. Selected is just for moving. I'm gonna place it there. You see it's exactly the same thing, right? I don't need this one, so I'm gonna delete. It was created original in this scene, but now the difference is that this one has the linked override icon. The name is like, okay, let's do it again because it got wrong name. A link. Okay, then library make selected. There we go. So I'm not sure that it is here exactly where I want to position it. We can also do a lot of stuff here, but we can scale, we can do a lot of stuff here, right? So scale shift Z. I don't want to scale it along the... Okay, what about this? Okay, this sounds okay. Then let's dot here, period, numpad dot, then parent it to the asset thing. Keep transforms. Then I'm gonna numpad period where here. We're also gonna move it to this collection. Hope that this works. No, it's still here, so let's just do this, move it here. Fine. So now I can alt D this stuff. Since it already has been parented and put in the inside the correct collection. So now it has this name and it will always follow the linked thing, which is numpad period here, linked override. So I believe this will be more economic to the scene and it's more correct, right? So So I wanted one of them right here. Yes, see? Yeah, they don't fit entirely well in my opinion, but it's better than, somewhat is better than nothing, right? And I think a third one, so Alt D. So you see, all these other ones I didn't use this method, so they don't have the link and linked override stuff, and they are Alt D, so they are still economic, but it's just, yeah, there's no indication of what they are. So I don't like this this condition. So this is why now my new workflow is this: as soon as I make the asset using the scene, I'm gonna save it in what is this glitch? Something about UVs, but doesn't matter. Should hope this doesn't get glitched in animations. Anyways, this is yeah, as the link duplicate is, the link is here. We're gonna place this, oh, there's a good place. And then I'm gonna make another one of these car tapestry to place in somewhere here. I'm not sure if I should place it under the table. Yeah, why not? Yeah, this can work. It's just that requires good positioning here. And why not? We can reposition here. So all this stuff, they don't have the links, and this is annoying. But it's not, because they are link duplicates, Alt D stuff, it's probably, they are economical, so it's not a question exactly of economy. It's certainly a question of identification, because I don't know which one is the original, or if they are duplicates or if they are linked duplicates. While in the case of the link, I totally know that this is linked, right? So it's certainly not a linked a duplicate, a mere duplicate, which will cluster the file. So this is, yeah, it's ended to be good. And then in the entrance, why not having a maybe I should push this one here, because, or yeah, we're gonna, I'm not sure about the, yeah, the entrance is not good, so maybe here, but feels like that there's not enough space for this, or it will be very, the way things are disposed here are not very adequated. Here also doesn't fit well. The table is too much on the front, right? So, and here it's too close to this stuff, so like, it's not bad, but it's weird. Let's try rotate here, and also for this table, there I found also another thing that might worth sharing here. Yeah, I think this can work. Just a little more reduction here, and maybe for this one let's centralize here a little. That will be a bit less awkward, and then the users can reposition them at will. And for this, yeah, so I'll make another variation, because there'll be two types of them, right? So welcome Lucas Smith, welcome. When you open the asset file, it throws the stream, I think because OBS is only capturing one window of Blender. I know how you could capture more than one Blender window without leaking anything. Strange. I have double ways of streaming here. Let's see, but I'm not using them double, so I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a YouTube glitch. Hope this is working now.
Some things belong in the big
It could be the streaming. YouTube gets crazy sometimes. Let's see. The asset manager you have, it looks like it can scale well. Yes, you mean the scale, not scaling objects. You mean the project can scale well. When did I? Oh, I have two. I see what happens. That button here opened a different blend file. I didn't know. Open the blend file that could, yeah, but opens in a new blend file. Okay, I'm gonna save here. I didn't expect that, so I'm gonna be back here. So scale as in a lot of assets, yeah, in this sense, indeed. So this is okay. Let's change here the star. Hold on a moment. The next thing that I'm gonna show here, I would like to bring this into that thing, that other blend file, which is the furniture, for the props. But the problem is that I have to, there should be a technique like replace this for a linked one. I think there might not exist this. That will be very interesting, because I would like to retain the positions of these instances. Right, I don't know how to reuse this, so I have to replace them manually when I substitute them from linked. I know that when we linked materials, it's easier, right? We can do that. We can just bring the material. Also, let's get these assets into props. Already manage this stuff. This one, of course, this is from the other scene. So what we're gonna do is that we got here, thanks to the add-on or extension called edit linked library, this one, we can, this one doesn't open a new Blender window. This is really just toggles without totally closing. So here the blend file that I was on, so here this is what I expected this icon would do, but this is not from the add-on, this is from vanilla Blender apparently never used. So I'm gonna place this in props. So here the majority of the props are from here. So yes, I could sort of fix this thing already of this, yeah, all these canopies, all this, yeah, I should try to fix those things, but yeah, it'll take too much time, right? What I want, however, is to get this one. We're gonna fix this asset, so I'm gonna make this as yes, we're gonna relations. I think make single user could be the way to go, because the other case apparently I've broken the materials. No, they are broken here already, maybe? Yes, there are broken materials here. Why this is happening? This is weird. Okay, so something is breaking these materials. Maybe it's different names. Yes, okay, let's do the following. I'm not gonna touch this yet. I'm gonna go back to the, not from here, but the carpet. Return to original file. We can see that the materials are not broken here, but yeah, apparently they get broken. We're gonna just make sure maybe they need to be refreshed, so I'm gonna just get this here. Nothing changed, this seems correct, and this one wireframe fix 0. Okay, this one. Alright, I'm gonna save. Hold on, let's see the chat. So nice, thanks. Yeah, so that's take a while to understand the asset library, but it's really good, but with caveats. We need to, it really works to learning and to get the proper workflows. I'm still learning, right? So it's a game changer, really. The sooner I need to make a full course of this, of how to make those things, right? I've watched plenty of videos, but it's too hard because it varies a lot depending on the workflow we need to get, right? So anyways, let's get to these. So one mistake I've done here is that these are booleans, right? But this stuff, I had to duplicate them all together. Super annoying. So what I'm gonna do, this is where I'm gonna save, make another highlight here. So here is one thing that came to my mind. I want to maintain things procedurally, but sometimes this is very bad. For example, in this case, when I Alt-D this stuff, link duplicate, right, to, you see, to have it in other place of this room, like here, you see there. Then I have to pick both objects, otherwise it won't work. It will come along and it will become that, because this is just a boolean stuff. It's just cutting through the mesh, right, slicing the mesh. So, but then if I move this, okay, but if I rotate, wait, now suddenly it's working. If we pick both, they double rotate the other object, but they don't double move, so this can be very complicated. But if we need to Alt-D, we need to select both. So this is super annoying for repositioning things, right? And so I've got an idea, but I have to update. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to the other scene. This time I'm gonna completely close. No, hold on. So I'm gonna go to the asset on its original thing. You see there's this extension edit linked library, so I've got it installed, it's free, it's inbuilt. Then it gets get extension, then you get here, it's same name, edit linked library. So what I need to do here is that I click it, and oh yeah, but no, I created this exactly in this scene, so this is why I can't access it. It is already in props from the current file. Here it is. See, current file, table low. But so it means that the original one, I believe it is one, yeah, it is asset market here with this icon. The others are link duplicates, but we don't see what they are. But I know they are link duplicates because I myself made it. So if I come to edit this, you see that other objects go crazy, right? Because of the link duplicate. But we don't have a linked icon, so this is super annoying. So anyways, I'm going to go open the other scene here, where I have the props, the furniture, and I'm gonna unlink this. We're gonna bring that asset from, so I hope it comes with its child. And yeah, the materials are getting broken for some strange reason. Might be some conflict with the materials which are in this scene, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna refix this quickly. So you have a, okay, we'll have to see which one is which. Okay, first we're gonna library, no, not library override, we're going to relations, make single everything, I guess. No, it's not that. Control Z. So relations, make local all. So this will become entirely of this scene. So now I can go on edit mode. This is this object, which is and this material, and this one is oh, I see. There's invisible material. Okay, so this is the glass. Is the glass inner? I need to substitute it here. And the other is the if I remember correctly, it's some sort of wireframe 03. Yes, just the cursor pointer needs to be exactly here. There you go. And so this is a special effect there. If you want to see the shaders, what they look like here, there's some driver, and also here it doesn't help to see, right? That's, I don't have good lighting here, so yeah, no good light in this scene, so it's just for yeah, I need something brighter here, otherwise you can't see anything. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna reassetize or this entire thing here for this place, and I'm gonna make two versions of it. Looks like it lost the parent. Okay, these lots we're gonna repair it. So okay, here then we gonna reposition it maybe here, right? And now that the materials are correct, this is correct, so I'm going to make Shift D, right? Two things here. This will be the the backup, right? So will be like back, because this will maintain this thing exactly as it is. I'm not gonna mark it as asset. No, this is the material. It's so exactly. It's no fake user here. Just keep it here. I'd like to highlight it in some ways, but apparently, okay. Just I know it's here. It's a backup. It's not assetized. And this one we're gonna just apply the boolean, and this gets cut. Then I can delete this, and here I've got, and these will be the T from asset load table, mark as asset. This will be assetized, and then I'm gonna get here the F1, right? It is the Shift F1, right? The asset browser. Unassign, let's look for the here. So this is the one coming from the current file. They will temporarily be doubled, not because of this one. This is not marked as asset, just this one. It will be doubled because the other scene where I've built this asset originally, it is still marked as asset as there, so it will be props. You'll see that there is already one here, T-table low. So I'm gonna bring it here, but it's okay, no panic here. So I have this madness here. One is from the current file, the first one, and this is from the other file. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm gonna use the one which already has the cuts, the boolean, but I have the backup exactly in this file that I'm accumulating the props, and I'm bringing new props here as I build them on the other scenes that blend files that I'm making them. So I'm not building stuff here directly because it's not good, right? It's not inspiring. We don't have the context. We could temporarily, I thought about this workflow, maybe you have thought about this, maybe you can temporarily link some entire buildings here to build the, right? But this is, I don't know, doesn't seem too convenient as well. So it's let's go back then to the original, to the other scene, right? It's scenery, dirty lounge, and now I need to be careful because if I have these tables here, they are not linked yet. They are just link duplicates from the original one which was here. You see that they are still this stuff, right? But first thing I'm gonna do is gonna clear here, and this should make this, the second one, furniture, yeah, should vanish. So I'm gonna do this, clear asset, okay, vanish. So here is just the one that I want to be reusing. See, it's already cut. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'll have to reuse this reference, right, to start linking, because this is what I want. So this will be time consuming. So my mistake was that I was doing these link duplicates, two mistakes, workflow mistakes I would say, or choices that are not so smart actually. I have to manage two objects simultaneously, this and this, because now I have a backup, right, which contains both, but the one that I'm using for duplicating and actually linking and stuff, it's the one that has applied boolean, so it's a more user-friendly one and not so rooted in editions, right? So that's why I keep the backup, and I am keeping the backup exactly in the furniture file, blend file, and so this sounds to be a good strategy. When I need to go root, I go there, I can make some adjustments. I can even assetize that, the original backup, if I want to bring it to edit here, for example, but I could just make the additions on the furniture, right, file. So here I'm gonna, this is the annoying part, I don't have a solution for this, so I have to, a better solution I mean, so I'm just gonna get the props here. I'm gonna bring this load table, I'm gonna bring many of them, right? The first one, there it is, so I need to find it, numpad period. Let's also place it into the Dorothy Lounge collection. Then we're gonna parent it to the assets. You see it has the link icon there, keep transforms. Then I'm going to, well, oh, of course, apparently I need to library override it, so just select it because it's just for moving. Now it has moved, right? And now it is numpad period there. It has, what is this? I don't know what, there's a collection called I don't get it. Looks like you have a linked. Okay, let's unlink this. Sounds like a mistake. Delete, whatever. No. A link. This is incorrect. Doesn't make any sense to me, right? Here, more. Okay, this is the rig. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but anyways, this is the correct one. The empty object which is parent of the asset. So we're gonna bring back this thing. We're gonna bring here. Then we're gonna library override, make selected. Then we're gonna try to place it here, right? Now I'm gonna place it here, parent it to this. There's still, I see what's happening. Apparently it came with the empty object. Alright, so this is okay. We're gonna, I didn't see that. Also, there's another problem, is that this one is having the name, right? So I'm gonna do something here so it stops getting the wrong naming. So got a little some issues here. So apparently we have this, yeah, this is completely incorrect. I'm gonna delete, and this also, because these empties, they were for the other seed. So when we link stuff or append, they come with their parents. That happens to the, it's gonna be super confusing, or their child. But anyways, apparently we got things correct. What is this cube thing? Oh no, these are just some material attempts of organization. This is the backup, so it doesn't need this. This one, okay, no parent of crazy empty object. I can have an empty object parent of this. No, this could be confused, but then because when I link them, they'll come with the parent empty object here. Not good, right? Save here. Now I think that should be correct. That means that the carpet was also incorrect, but I probably already deleted its. Okay, scenery, dirty lounge. Let's see here. Collections as assets. Yeah, you can. Sorry, the chat was not appearing. So basically, I'm just doing this in the case of rigged models. So basically, what you need to do is to. It's my only experience with linking collections for now. It's for rigged models. So let's do here. Let's go in the item, edit line override. Okay, so this is the character, right? Dorothy. And so what I have here, there's environment, but this is not. So I've made this collection linked Dart. There's the armature collection inside. There's the mesh collection, which is the body, then some proxy ghost mesh for some rigging things, other mesh, eyes, mouth, hairs. All these will be important, even though they are like this, and they will show as it is here. So certain things we might want to have them available, otherwise they won't be editable there until we make some library override, linking override, which, so for example this I'll have trouble enabling them, but I need at least the space agent costume, so this is okay. If not, we can just take it off these other ones from the linked collection. The widgets collections outside, we don't need to link them. The line art, yes, but not, because in this case I'm making a line art object to process the entire scene and not just one here that will be linked all together with the rig. So no, this is just for tests here in this case, right? Because, and grease pencil, this is just the model sheet backup, so it's not the line art grease pencil. So this is the collection that needs to be linked from a rigged file. So then we go back here, return to original file. And so here, if I delete the character, right, or unlink whatever, then I just need to, she's not in the library system yet, so but we can just link from here. Then we got to find where it is. It's Dorothy, then collections, then here I think all this could be like that, and then you find link Dorothy, and that is a link, and then you need to do the famous library override. In this case I believe it's make select and content, so then you'll be able to move the object and pose the armature, the rig model. So, and that's ready. Then we can parent this, we can move this object in between collections here and all that. Alright, so now I need to see where I was. Yeah, I was about to clear this problem here about this annoying part here. So we got these, okay, all these empty objects seem to be correct. No 001, no linked ones. So now I'm going to bring back the table from the library asset system props. We're gonna bring it here, then library override make selected. I'm gonna move it here, then parent it. So now this is table low, it's the first one so that exists in this scene. Parent it to here, Control P, keep offset, move it, no, wrong selection, I've lost it, but we're gonna this one, so we're gonna move it here. Now it's exactly there, and we see the difference. Basically it doesn't have this one is the, I've changed the name, so I can just delete and then delete this object. So this lines is the grease pencil. I thought I had okay, let's take its visibility from the, yeah, the problem is that we cannot visualize it in, okay, I want to be able to see it in pre-render. Anyway, so here this is the first one that which got, looks like we have a problem with the boolean. Yeah, I'll have to fix that in the original one, but that's okay. This will be a Alt D. And so I basically now it's just sort of yeah, we're gonna find which one is the 01. .001, yeah, 0.003, 0.007. This doesn't really matter, but it's annoying to okay, so this is mysterious thing. Probably I can find it if I could copy this.
Explosion. I'm 2,500 frames per second.
So there is one here.
Injected devastation.
Oh, it is there. Okay.
Slow cinematic poetry. Watch it.
Yes, so a small one here. There will be a 0.3. Yeah, so the lowest number is easier because I start deleting them, then when I do Alt-D them, they... So yeah, this is a little tedious. But I don't know how to reuse their transforms. Ah, hold on. Maybe I know. I had to make the interrogation. Like I need to copy transforms, right? Very interesting. Very interesting. So something like Control C, copy attribute extension or add-on, copy transforms, well, copy location, copy rotation, copy scale. There we go. So this is, I don't know what the one. Okay, this one is what I need to delete. I don't know what happens to the empty, so I'm gonna delete them both. Okay, this is, so Alt-D here. This is the 0.3, so yeah, so I'm gonna delete this, we don't need, right? So we're gonna copy scale, copy rotation, copy location. Yeah, this is the, and now we can easily compare, like this one is the wrong one because it doesn't have the icon there. So this one, and also it is not cut, right? So can delete. Now let's Alt-D this one. We can, yeah, so the counting here just fine, whatever, wherever they are, doesn't matter. I just want a good counting. Control C, copy location, copy rotation, copy scale. Then this one is the incorrect one. Delete. Alt-D. Then bring it here. Rotate. Alt-S. Alt-R. This is not linked yet, so we're gonna shift select here, copy scale, copy rotation, copy location, delete the empty object, find the, really? find the wrong one. Okay, Alt D. Okay, why there is a... No, because there are... Okay, I see what's going on. So Alt D, you have to Alt D multiple times here. Just Alt G we can't do. So where is the other ones? Oh yeah, here? No. I'm missing... Okay, there are two small tables here. Alright. Delete here. Alt S, Alt R. Alt G, no, don't want it to go back to the world origin, so copy location, copy rotation, copy scale, select the wrong one, delete, Alt D, G somewhere, place it here, Alt G, no, Alt R, Alt S, then delete this one is okay, the active one is the one to copy to source the transforms to the destination one. Copy scale, copy rotation, copy location. This one is the incorrect one. Delete. And now all these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7 is mistaken. We're gonna just Alt D and delete the extra one. Okay. So, yeah, so I found the one technique in the end. It's not super practical, but it's better than doing, yeah, saved a lot of time. And then I would have to do this with all this. I think this is still, this is like optional. I don't need to do this, but it will be much better, right? This one is also, you see, marked as asset from this scene, so yeah, so it's not urgent, right? It's not necessary. It's just something. Let's see about this one. Yeah, this is also asset marked from this scene. So it's a little thing that I started doing things unknowing what would be the most organized or better way, but now for whichever asset I will do, I'll make sure I'll actually secure them in the props furniture in a source, a big source file for this kind of assets, so it will be much better for organization. And then I'm just won't be doing this Alt D like crazy. No, first fix the assets on their for managerial purposes, and then we can start linking and like populating the place, right? No need to be hasty in all sorts of things. What is important, most fundamentally, what is important is to create the for me, right? It's create the asset in the scene where it is more likely to be inspiring to make it. So this I've made precisely here, as well as those canopies and even this bed, and yeah, and that. But then it is important apparently for the asset library system and all this outliner. The Blender needs to improve this stuff. We don't see that they are link duplicates. It's super annoying. And one thing annoying about the asset library is that we cannot organize the assets from the file that is not their source file. So this is why this caused so much problem, especially in the beginning. Now I'm finding ways to handle that, but it's still difficult. So for example, I cannot do anything with this file from here, not even clean the asset, move it, because I need to be on the exactly on the file where it is sourced, which is the furniture. And this is also not very good for visualization. The names of the assets sometimes they're vanishing, but this they are gonna fix in there'll be 2 lines here. Blender today they will improve this in Blender 4.5, I think, already going for these updates. But there's a lot more things to be improved, but the system is good actually. Alright folks, so let's also get here magic carpet. Yeah, I did, but I'd like to make another version. So cabinet shelves, we need to populate this, will be very important for this area. Desk, yeah, so there will be, this was inspired from a scene of a room in Mass Effect 2. Ceiling lamps, this will be easy. It's just some lamps here. There are some niches already, I think. No, there's no niches. No, they are here, but they might not be ideal. I'll have to make some lighting here anyways. Maybe we don't need exactly a lamp in the middle. Yeah, we're gonna check this, but this was the asset that I've made for the wall lamps. And here I don't need these lamps here, the assets, because it's just they are hidden. So possibly I can do this, reproduce the same pattern here. We'll see. If the lights work just as this, then I don't need to, I can dump this, and then I can go to, after these ones, can go for the plants, and then it's just yeah, but this will be the priority. I need a little study, especially for the galaxy, so probably I'll start with the asteroids and search a little something about the, make a personal research right now. But this thing is working. This carpet creates a lot of interest, right, for the coziness of this place. We could have a, no, we need another approach for this, right? Just checking if that could work somehow, but yeah, it is that it doesn't fit the entrance. But we could consider it like something like that. Wouldn't be, yeah, some, actually this is, This is better. We could then perhaps expand this. Make more room here to or maybe not. Here, would that work? No, unlikely. And yeah, we could do something like here. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is a small improvement. But feels like there's not enough space in the entrance. But anyways, folks, here for today it was this. I'm preparing on the weekend to see how I can improve this the remaining assets, and I need to address the rig. So I'm already doing the mount I've reduced for her mount rigging, so I have to address that, which is super boring. But meanwhile, I'll keep bringing the cool content here. So this is why I think this will be very nice if I have the good energy for doing this. The galaxies, yeah, the galaxy for me, it's like it might be beyond my pay grade, but I think I can do it. It's not aesthetically in terms of painter and color. No, it's about the tools in Blender. I'm not sure if I can find a good way to achieve it. So folks, thanks for watching. Zach, welcome. How you doing, bro? So sorry, actually arrived, but I'm hope you catch some of the ideas. Today we made some carpet stuff and a lot of assets reorganization, right? You can check the right before if you want, but essentially in the weekend I will try to do at least start the space landscape. Start with the asteroids, which is easier for me, and then I'm gonna study a little about the galaxy, see which kind of tools in Blender need to do that. Then I can populate this with some interesting space landscape, as I call it, scenery, but distant stuff. I have a planet, but if I had a Saturn planet. Okay, let's just thought about that. That means a ring planet, right? That could be nice to have here. And alright, because there's a wide range here, right? Horizon to place stuff, so could be a nice upgrade here for the scene. And yes, folks, so that's it for today. There's a short one, but we are getting progress, and also I'm improving the workflow. So in the end, I also hope to be making, after the, how to say, after the smoke or the drops, I'll have to do something about tutorial, maybe something more structure, some substantial to explains such workflows which are a bit hard to find good content online. So I think it's very worth it to make something like that. But I need to finish the proposition, right, and start doing the 3D webcomics. So next week will be big because I need to force myself to reach the conclusion of all these assets. Actually, I think it's feasible, and also of the character. So I think before the end of, because the compositing is working, the rendering is working already, except for little details like the grease pencil, but it's okay as it is now. And before the end of May, I believe it will be possible to start the 3D webcomics for this scene, right? The assets we have here, and then from that, crazy things will follow. Thanks for watching, folks. Take care and have blendering. Have a nice weekend and see you soon. Good luck on your projects. See ya, folks.